to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Next to me in the booth are Steve Kerr and Cartello. Looking at Sacramento, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Raptors in Toronto. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started.
Jones, who's checked in for Anderson Varejao. Sacramento also making some changes. Ellington comes in for Carl Landry, and it's the general in for Darren Collison. On the court right now for the Kings, the general, he's in at the point. Rudy Gay is out there with Thompson. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Stauskas in at the shooting guard position.
Boy, some would like to give Kyrie Irving the injury-prone label. I'm not sure if that's fair. Although in his first 3 seasons, he has yet to stay healthy, start to finish.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
I think he got there in time. Nice play.
LeBron kicks to Irving. The 11-footer drained for 2 points. And now a 12-point Cavalier lead. And for Kyrie, you know, he can play all 82, Steve, and put this all to rest, but when he goes to the IR as much as he has, it's a fair question to pose.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's got to put together a season or two where he plays, 75, 80, 82 games. Nothing else will put that label to rest, and it's just a matter of being able to do it. Some of it is luck, and some of it is maybe developing a more sound routine to help his body get through the year.
Clark, if you were trying to craft in your imagination the ideal flawless basketball player, you'd have a hard time doing much better than LeBron James.
21st century version of the best video game player ever, and also happens to be the best real game player ever too. I mean, one of them anyway. That's why Eric Spoelstra, the coach, called him 1 through 5. Perfect way to describe it.
Andrea screen on Irving. Pocket 2. Lots of room. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Pass to LeBron. From 15 feet away, off the left rim and out.
And for LeBron, has he reached his peak? He says he's still a relative newcomer to working down on the block. And that's why he's continuing to improve, developing moves and then counter moves against post defense.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Irving passes to Waiters. James against Gay. And that one's good by LeBron. LeBron's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs.
And for LeBron, he said he didn't enjoy posting up earlier in his career, but as his command on the low block has improved, he's got more comfortable with it. I think now it's something that he really relishes.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, Kings head coach Mike Malone, a demanding, defensive-minded coach. Some might fear that he rubbed his team the wrong way. But star big man DeMarcus Cousins loves his approach, saying he's done an incredible job of keeping us together, keeping us motivated. I'm with Malone until the end. He has my back, and I've got his. Good working situation, guys.
It's all about getting that buy-in from your best players. Doris. Stauskas kicks to Landry. 5 to shoot. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop them.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets in.
Sean Marion, he's checked in for James. Miller comes in for Jones. And John Lucas is subbed in for Dion Waiters. And a change for Sacramento. McLemore is checked in. Now the pass to the general. from the wing. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Gabe.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Lucas kicks to Irving. And there's the feed to Thompson. Back to Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 14 points.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Deflects the pass. Here's Landry. The shot is off. So Cleveland will take it the other way. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings and came away with a win.
Well, whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game that really became an issue for their opponent as the game wore on.
Here's the general. Sinks that one from the post. 58 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lucas kicks to Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Part of this interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
The general passes to Terry. Here's the general, covered by Irving, rejected by Irving. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Thompson, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that guy.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not? And I think the work on the boards has been a big key for their success in this game, guys.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, it's been total control on the boards for them.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
8.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron.
Okay, listen. Let's just put...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
I feel like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of it.
Cavaliers shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And for the Kings, the general, he's in at point guard. Jeremy Tyler is out there with Evans. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Ellington in at the 3 spot. That's good. Thompson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Cavs. Evans outside. Ellington dishes to Evans. Kings moving the ball around. Off target on the 3 from the general.
That'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Irving kicks to Waiters. Shot clock at 6. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's the general. He's covered by Irving. Second shot opportunity, and it's Evans missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And Irving with the basket on the assist by Miller. Miller's got 3 assists tonight.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Well, the NBA is negotiating a new television deal, and there's a lot at stake. The league not just concerned with the financial figures, which of course are substantial, but also with making the game accessible to fans in this digital age.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Cleveland?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Also, you can see how they've gotten after it defensively. And the steal totals are really something to admire.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Bergeron. Malcolm Thomas comes in for Thompson. James Jones, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. And John Lucas is subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
That is one of the more difficult passes to make. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through, and he couldn't get it done.
Buries it from about 10 feet away. The NBA is a trendsetter, too, as far as digital distribution. The more spectators, the better, whether it's on TV or smartphones or tablets.
Exactly. Agree 100%. And the NBA was a forerunner as far as a professional sports league and really tapping into that digital audience. It's as simple as clicking a link in somebody's post to start watching the game live. I think it's bringing in a lot of new viewers. And you got to think the demographics and the generation of the Gen Xers and digital millennials, they've grown up with this. And they're expecting this to be part of how they digest their favorite sports league. So give the NBA a lot of credit for being on top of it.
Good perspective. Here's the general, defended by Lucas. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the general. Nails the 16-footer.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one. You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run-out seed, that's perfection to me.
Pass to Jones. He kicks it to Haywood. 6 to shoot. And he overshot that one, missing. Well, that hot hand study, Clark, we were talking about a little bit earlier, they realized it didn't take into account how difficult the shots were. And, you know, hot players take those heat check shots.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, they draw more defensive attention once they get on the roll. So I think it comes back to common sense. Definitely try to get a hot player the ball, but above all else, you want quality shots.
Reggie Evans 2 seasons ago posting the best rebound rate in NBA history among regular contributors, even better than Dennis Rodman. And that ought to tell you, he is a beast on the boards.
Sacramento making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Lucas the pass to Miller. From 18 feet away, and the jumper is on the mark. And for Evans, what you like to call an Allen wrench. Rebounding is rebounding is really his bread and butter.
The human squeegee. He makes his living cleaning the glass. Yeah, I'm changing it up on you, partner.
Like that.
And his teams have played better when he's on the court. That's always something that impresses the coach.
And the basket by Jones.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
Well, they're finding the holes in the defense, Clark, and they're exploiting them.
Over to the left wing. Now here's Ellington, covered by Miller. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Lucas dishes to Haywood. Kicks it out to Jones.
Well, you know, as teams become more and more focused on getting good looks in close at the rim, the value of great defensive big men inside just continues to rise. I mean, it's tough to be a contender without a rim protector.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just at times seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution, as tonight they complete a season series sweep against the Kings.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for James. You can set a tone with defense, and that is exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Jones drives in, off target on the 15-footer. And with the new camera systems, it's easier to measure defense, going beyond block shots to look at which, for instance, big men diminish shooting percentages in their area.
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, names like Dwight Howard, Roy Hibbert, Serge Ibaka. But interesting that that reputation has value defensively when players hesitate to go inside.
Dellavedova kicks to Lucas. Outside, Jones. And he gets the jumper to drop.
You got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
And so it's...
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you are...
Man, I know the team had a bad night, but I feel a little better knowing it wasn't as bad as your night.
Hey, man, back off, all right? It's not like you led us to victories while I tried to bring us down. You're not perfect.
Relax, man. I'm just messing with you. Just let it go. Get back on that horse tomorrow.
Easy for you to say. You didn't embarrass yourself out there. I did.
Forget it. The best shooters don't remember the misses.
What misses? I got amnesia.
That's the spirit.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Certainly some confidence for Indiana with the win and some changes here for the Pacers. Miami's checked in for Hibbert, and it's Luis Scola in for West, and a change for the Kings. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. On the court right now for the Kings, Allison is out there with Terry, and there's Carl Landry, and it's Thompson, and it's Stauskas in at the 3 spot. The general is checked in for Sacramento.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. 3rd in opponent field goal percentage, 3rd in opponent points per game, and they also show up 5 in free throw shooting. That's elite level marksmanship at the stripe.
I'm most impressed with their defense, Clark. You talked about the opponent's field goal percentage. That stat is so interesting. they try to do is take offenses out of their rhythm, out of their flow. And they do that by attacking the passing lanes, pressuring the ball as much as possible, and then trying to block shots at the rim as well.
That's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Some changes for Indiana. C.J. Miles comes in for Rodney Stuckey. It's Watson in for Hill. And the Kings also making a change. McLemore's checked in for Stauskas. Here's Thompson, and he hits it to tie the game up. Thompson's got 6 points. And so here is Indiana. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And Kevin, they were able to keep that game relatively close, but you could tell things were not clicking for them.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, it could have been worse, though. I mean, they didn't look fresh at any point in the game. Just seemed to be listless.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one misses.
The Kings, one of the youngest teams in the league. They're trying to build through the draft, but with mixed results over the last couple of seasons. Marcus Cousins, the only player who's truly distinguished himself as a significant building block.
Now the pass to Lent. Here's the general, headed by Scola. Plenty of space. And the Kings check on 2 more. Now Watson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. He kicks it to Scola. And George now top of the key. Feeds it to Watson. The shot's good on the assist by George. Watson's got his first points of the night.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Here's the general. Right now averaging 7 points a game. The screen from Thompson. The general passes to Thompson. Here's the general with the shot. That misses off the back.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. He's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Watson kicks to Scola. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Thompson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Terry dishes to Landry, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
Yes,
you?
sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral. Coming. Either team able to build. They're making some changes. Mahimi's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for David West. And it's C.J. Miles in for George. Sacramento also making some changes. Stauskas is checked in for Thompson. Terry comes in for McCollum. And it's the general in for Darren Collison. On the court for Sacramento. The general, he's in a point guard. Rudy Gay is out there with Carl Landry. And there's Terry. And it's Stauskas in at the small forward. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, Rudy Gay receiving laser eye surgery going into last season. His vision had been so bad he was having trouble getting a driver's license. After refusing to wear contact lenses for years, he finally relented and had surgery. His vision has improved, it gave him a confidence boost, and Kevin, we'll see if it continues to yield dividends.
It can only help. Thanks, Doris. Fires from the line, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Another open jump shot there. Their defense not putting up much of a fight.
The Kings trailed by 12. Here's the general. No good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. Watson, the pass to Mahimi. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. And the Pacers lead by 14.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to the general. Here's Stauskas. He's covered by Watson. That's good. Stauskas has got 5.
He used his strength there to get into the post without much of a fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think they've got to muscle up on him a little more. Do a better job next time in there.
And he gets it to go.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
Tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
And that does it for the first.
Well, David, a great first half that demonstrates a lot of the...
All right, eyes front. That's not what we were looking for in the first half, to say the least. Let's learn from what happened and make the second half a different story. In the second half, we need to come out and start playing angry.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Looking at the numbers for Rudy Gay, 12 points. He's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Indiana's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Hill is out there with Rodney Stuck, and it's Hibbert in at the 5. That's the Pacers' 5. Hill kicks to George. Just 5 on the clock. Good on the 13-footer. George has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
The general passes to Williams, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
Hill dishes to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. Passes it to Hibbert. Back to George. Indiana moving it around. Hibbert kicks to Hill. Shoots from the baseline. Cannot hit. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Dishes to Tyler. He feeds it to Gay. The pass to the general. And the miss. Not the best shot selection there. And it's the Pacers' ball. Hibbert with a screen for Hill. Kicks to West. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
That was Roy Hibbert getting in the way of the defense there.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Well, dealing with travel, one of the challenges you face as an NBA player. It's amazing just how much easier it's gotten, Clark. I know you and I both played in an era early on where there was commercial travel. Now everybody charters and flies out immediately after the game. You've got leg room, you've got catered meals, so you get more sleep, you get more rest. I think it's had a huge impact on the way NBA teams do business and just the quality of play in general. That lead pass allowed him to get straight to the hoop without losing any momentum.
Hibbert's gone 4 of 7 in field goal attempts tonight. 57%. McLemore, the pass to the general. Here's Tyler, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Wasted no time on that one. You know, Clark, those charter flights for NBA players are pretty cushy.
Yeah, you take a plane designed for 126 seats and put in 54. That creates a luxurious plane ride, man.
He's far too tentative in the paint. And even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
And Sloan kicks to Hill. West setting the pick for Hill. Shoots off the screen. West can't hit. The Kings have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. For 3, Ellington, and he gets it to go.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Sloan dishes to West. Williams with the defensive effort. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Shoots from 14. Moves back up, and it's blocked. Here's Sloan. Ellington defending. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Sloan. Cuff the bucket. Sloan's got 4 points this quarter. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 8 points for the General.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And Sloan kicks it to West. And it's Hill penetrating. It's to Sloan. The feed out to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Another shot. He lays it in.
Defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
No good from the General. Pacers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pacers.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
This win will give them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
Yeah, Steve, it'll mean a lot to them just the same, though. Anytime you go undefeated against an opponent, that's a sweet feeling.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Paul George. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
Miles the pass to Watson. The kick out to Hill. Rebound by the Kings.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here's the General. Allen with the rebound.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. Because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
And he knocks down the first one. The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 27 seconds left in the fourth.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
And here's Watson. So no problem.